What's going on, guys? My name is Bruce. This is my friend Lawrence. What we're going to be talking about today in this trampoline talk, it's the first video we shot in a long time about trampoline talk. What I want to talk about today is what sort of conditioning and what sort of working out we do in order to maintain the incredible, the perfect physiques that we have that are entirely relevant to trampoline.
Pretty much just eat.
Eat big to get big, right?
Yep.
Well, Lawrence and I would say that we're definitely on different sort of program because I train my whole body. I train my biceps, triceps, my shoulders, my traps. I train a lot. Yeah, and my chest I train a lot too. I work on my upper body and my lower body a lot because. Well, I'm not worried about like adding on a bunch of mass, like big slabs of muscle like Lawrence is.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting at 185 pounds right now.
Which is a little bit, it's on the larger side.
It's on the heavy side for a trampoline. It's not like I'm overweight or anything.
No.
But
you still got a six pack.
Tall
You're just
large.
a little bit
husky, as Steven would say. And last time I put in a significant amount of work into my chest, I gained 10 to 15 pounds.
It wasn't all chest muscle.
It was
obviously.
all chest muscle.
Yeah, and then you ended up benching 2 plates, which is an enormous goal that I have. But I'm gonna do it at sub 200 pounds. But either way, like another thing is that like I bounce trampoline for sure, and I try to get stronger to bounce on trampoline better, whatever. But I also like train powerlifting style, so I bench, squat, and deadlift. But for Lawrence, he literally only cares about how well he can jump on trampoline. So his upper body honestly isn't that relevant. Would you agree with that?
Like, totally.
Like, how often are you gonna do a push-up on a trampoline?
Hopefully never.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at like all the professional trampolinists, like no offense, but those dudes are skinny.
Those dudes are skinny.
Up top.
Yeah, that's true. Most of them are.
Yeah.
Alexi though is jacked. He's got that D taper.
Schmitty.
Yeah. But one other thing that I would like to point out is like injury prevention. So I think you don't want to train to get huge or like super strong. It doesn't matter too much. But like, let's say you land short and then bounce forward, and hit something like this. If you got twig arms, you're probably just gonna snap your arm. You know what I mean? If you have no muscle to keep yourself safe. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't.
But primarily you just need, like, I'm focusing on getting my core stronger and then my legs.
Which is incredibly important, right? We did some stability work, which like when you put weight on one side and you have to use your opposite oblique to hold you straight. Because I think being stable when you hit the bed is obviously super important in case you're off balance or anything like that. But what kind of stuff do you do for your lower body?
Well, for my core and lower body, just because this will hit my hamstrings as well as a lot of stiff leg deadlifts.
Okay.
And that will really target my lower back and my hamstrings. And then there are a couple other things that I've added in, like, I don't even know what they're called, like zombie walks or something.
Oh wait, is that where you like do sideways with the hip circle?
No, it's not with the hip circle. Basically, it's you step into it like this, and then you have 2 dumbbells, and then you go like this,
and then you
that
step
really,
forward.
You just do walks like that.
Gotcha.
And that really targets it.
I don't know what those are called, but those, for sure, I can see that.
Yeah.
And you experimented with Bulgarian split squats a little bit too, right?
Yeah, that's not as much for my lower back, but then for my legs, obviously
for the quads and
the quads, and then I also squat. But right now, I'm not squatting as much as I normally do. The other thing I want to get into is doing more farmer's carries though.
Oh yeah.
Just because
that's literally full body stability, core, everything. I did. Remember how I told you I did those farmer's carries down my driveway or whatever, and I have a video on YouTube as well. The first time I did it, and the first time only, honest to God, my calves were really sore the next day. Do you do any direct calf work?
Not really.
Bouncing probably takes care of it.
You should get your dad to build you a yoke.
I want him to build me a yoke, dude. I already drew up a plan for him to build me a yoke.
So.
Do you ever do any jump squats, anything like that?
I did jump squats last week.
Have you ever?
I actually really enjoyed it too,
Yeah.
because I didn't have to go. It's not like I have to load tons of weight,
Yeah.
and I can still get a really good workout. And it's like that's what Jason Burnett does. I know he does jump squats, quarter rep to jump squat.
No comment. But those honestly probably are like the most relevant exercise for trampoline because you literally go down into like a little bit of a squat and then you extend through your ankles, knees, and through your hips,
And
right?
yeah,
And obviously
press
swing
through your
your
toes really
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, yeah.
It's the exact thing that you're gonna do out of the bed.
Have you ever noticed any exercise or anything that you've been doing for a significant amount of time that you definitely feel has helped you get like super strong? Or would you just say it's like a combination of everything? Like you build up a little bit here and a little bit there.
It's a lot of everything, but like the main lifts, obviously the deadlifts, the stiff leg deadlifts, and the squats are like when I'm hitting the heavy weight. That's what.
Like the compound movements.
Yeah, obviously, helps me get the strongest and most stable.
What about doing direct core work as opposed to targeting your core? Well, like direct core work, like sit-ups, leg lifts, and stuff like that, compared to doing like full body movements, maybe like I don't know, like the squat or like the stiff leg deadlift or whatever, where you indirectly target your core, but obviously still you have to balance and support.
I don't know. Those obviously, well, not obviously, but for me aren't near as fun. All those like sit-ups, like I'd much rather be deadlifting and squatting, but I feel like I can get just as much stability doing those compound movements because.
What about the front squat?
What about it?
Do you front squat?
Sometimes.
Do you notice your core?
Yeah.
It's difficult like to not tip over.
Yeah.
That's
My rack's not very good, so.
Neither. Mine is getting okay. I think when I just get lighter, like less body mass or whatever, it's easier for me to get into those positions. Like I haven't really been doing any more like mobility work or whatever than I usually do for like my front rack and my squat and stuff, but I feel like I'm getting in a better position, so I don't know. Anything else that you want to touch on?
Barbell hip thrusters.
Oh yeah. Barbell hip thrusters are dope. They hurt my hips when I do them.
They hurt my butt when I do them.
Word.
If low-key, I can't sit down. Like I'll sit under the bar so that I don't have to get up and move around.
You just stay there?
And it hurts for me to sit on the ground.
What like reps and sets do you do? What parameters?
I try to hit higher reps, so
Like 20s?
I'll warm up and then I'll go up to 15.
Okay. With how much weight?
185.
I need to work up to that.
I like obviously when I'm doing my research, like I see videos of guys like doing 3 plates
so
and
heavy,
4 plates.
yeah.
And it's like,
Ogus.
dude, what? And then I get on there and I was like, I don't think my
Plate.
hips are that weak, and then it's so hard for me.
I actually did a variation of that exercise. What did you call it? I call it a glute bridge. What do you call it?
Well, glute bridge.
A hip thrust, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter what you call it. Where I had bands attached to the floor, and I put the bands over my hips, and then I did.
How did you get the bands attached to the floor?
Oh yeah, that's because my deadlift platform.
Nice.
The same spot that you attach the bands for the barbell against the bands is where I attach for the hip thrust. But the beauty about doing it against hip thrust against bands is that not only do they make her dance, but it also gets a lot harder when you get to the top. So it's like it's hard, and then it gets harder and harder and harder as you get to the end range of motion, and it gets easier and easier on the way down.
Yeah.
Which
It gets harder and harder and harder.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Yeah, so that's about it. Thanks for joining me in this trampoline conversation.
Yeah, we'll talk about flexibility next time. Deuces.
Not me, but maybe him.